Hello. So somebody asked about combing, and I tried to explain it in text, but I couldn't. So I didn't have words. So I'm going to just comb and explain my process, but you won't see my face because I'm going to stand up. And I'm horrible at making videos, but I'm going to try to do this for you. Okay, so what I have here is I have a mess on my table, but don't think about that. Okay, I have some Jacob Fleece, some white and dark brown that I'm going to blend together on the combs, but this is how I comb everything. I usually weigh it out. I figure out what works best for the fleece on the combs. So I start by lashing on, and I usually just lash on disorganized. For me, the time involved in putting it on lock by lock is it's just up to this point anyway, it's just been a little bit too much. I don't worry really if I get too much behind the combs, but I try to do a little bit. So I'm just trying to catch like the tips of the fiber. And what I have here is probably going to fill up the comb about halfway. So almost got it all. This is about 10 or 11 grams of fleece. If you see any big chunks of VM, you can pull it out. Like here's some wheat or something, I don't know. And just pull it out, set it aside. And any big noils you can grab. So, all right. So it looks like you're going to be able to see it. I'm going to turn it this way a little bit. Okay, now I have a water bottle. It's just got water and it's on mist. I'm going to kind of just fluff this up in the back, just kind of scoot it up a little bit so it's not all compacted at the bottom. I don't want it too close to the tips though, or it'll fall off the top. I missed it a couple times just to keep the static down. And now I kind of hold on to the end and I comb. And I'm just going to keep combing a little bit at a time here. Okay, I'm going to pause it for a second. Okay, my sons were meeting a mother there for a second. Okay, so I'm just catching the tips of this fiber. If you go in too deep, like if I try to comb it like way back here, oh, you can't even see that. It'd be like, oh, how can you see that? Let's see. If I try to come in this deep, then it's going to be really hard to get. So I just come in at the tips. Can you see that? I'm going horizontally though. And just grab it at the tips. And I'm starting to get a little bit of static. If I wanted to, I could spray it more, but I'm almost done here. So now it looks like I've gotten about all I can get. I mean, there's just a few little wisps here. I'm gonna turn this video again. Let's see. You see those little wisps. But what I'm gonna do now, I do this when I put on fleece in an unorganized way, which you saw at the beginning I did. I'm gonna come around this way, and I'm gonna comb the back. And what I do is I hold on to this tail right here, and I just take just a little bit off the back, and I comb it until nothing will come off the back. Now I just have little wisps here at the back. Now I can take from the front. So this is the waist on this Jacob Fleece at least, and here's all the fiber that I'm going to go for a second pass. Now when I go for my second pass, again, I'm going to take this and I'm going to the fiber on the back of the comb, and I'm going to kind of push it up and spread it out a little bit. Again, not too close to the top or it'll fall off while you're combing. Take my spritzer and give it a couple spritzes of water And I'm gonna do this again. So I'm coming in, but this time when I come through, if I see any nastiness, like noils or tangles or VM, I'm gonna comb it back the other way. So like here, there's a little chunk, so I'm gonna just comb it back that way. And the idea is that when I put it on the comb this last time, for me and for this fleece, I'm only doing one full pass. So off the first comb and then back onto the first comb. So when these, oh man, my table does that sometimes if I try to do too much. Okay, here's some noils. Grab those out of there. Okay. I really prefer to have my one comb stationary clamped to the table. That helps a lot with control. I know some people that use these combs, and these are the Valkyrie extra fine combs. I believe they're the 5-inch, and some people use them in their hands, but that's hard on my elbows, and for me, I just kind of find it hard to do. I'm gonna move this camera again here so you can see when I finish this. So getting close to done. You can see most of the fibers transferred, but I have a little bit left. There's a little noil over there. Grab it back out. Now to get the last bit of fiber, I twist this, put it on the comb, and I hold it my hand behind there and pull the comb back. So I twist it, hold it behind, pull it out. Just a few more. If it starts taking a bunch of noils, I stop that. But I want to get like every little bit of good fiber, so that's why I do it this way. And I'm not picky that there's like no noils in it. That's not too important to me, because I pull some of them out and a little bit of vegetable matter. I guess I could go another pass. Okay, so here's my waist on that. You can see it kind of compared to the fiber, and here's all the waist from that so far. I'm gonna diz it off. What I have here is a button. It's got about 1/8 inch holes, and I have a size B 2.25 crochet hook. So I put the crochet hook through the button. Okay, this is really important. You gotta loosen up these fibers here. You don't have to use your hands on top of your cone. That's not safe. Don't do that. I do that though. Don't do that. Okay, now I'm gonna gather this, pull a little tip through, and this is how you diz. You're gonna pull a little bit, push the button back, pull a little bit, push the button back. You can do like half the staple length. I don't know exactly what I do. You kind of get a feel for it after a bit. It really helps to have this comb stationary for this process. You can, Valkyrie makes a little wooden board that you clamp to the table and put the comb on it. You can see I've got a zip tie on here because one time my comb flew off the little board. I was probably not using it properly, but still, I don't want that to happen again. You can see how kind of the comb and the back kind of pulls up a little bit. One time it came off. Anyway, when you start getting oils, you stop. And I have a little bit of waste here. So I've weighed all this stuff out before, so I can tell you that my waste on this project is less than 30%. I usually get about 7 or 8 grams of top. Here's my little nest. And I usually get 7 or 8 grams of top and about 3 grams of waste, kind of looks about the same size in the video, but this is all neatly wound so it's closer together. It's about 3 grams. It's about 7 or 8 grams. So that's how I do my combing. I hope that helps explain it. I know this is kind of a horrible video and my safety procedures probably aren't great, but anyway, I hope that helps. Bye.